Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about proper essential oil use and how to make sure that you're using a good essential oil and to get rid of buying those cheap, junky, really bad quality essential oils. And I'm going to teach you guys basically about what to look for and what to understand about when you're deciding to get on using essential oils, because right now it's a huge thing with people wanting to live a healthier, more natural, choosing organic solutions to change your life and change your health instead of reaching for the traditional Western medicine. So it's a really big topic right now and people are really jumping on the essential oil bandwagon. And I see a lot of it and I have a lot of questions being a consultant that people are like, well, what's better about this versus that? So I'm going to share with you guys in this video some tips and tricks on how to choose the best essential oils and why I personally use Doterra essential oils. So without further ado, please be sure to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe down below. And without further ado, let's dive into this video. So there's a few different things that are really important when choosing to use essential oils. So first of all, we'll talk about the fact that there is no regulation around essential oils. So there is zero regulation. So anybody, any Joe Blow out there can basically put something in a bottle and put 100% pure essential oil on the actual label, and that doesn't mean anything. So basically the only regulation that there is that if you say 100% pure essential oil on the bottle, which most bottles have that written on them, all you need in that bottle is 5% pure essential oil to actually put that on the bottle. That is the only regulation. So with that happening, it's really hard to not be misled by an essential oil that you see anywhere because they all have 100% pure on them. So how do you determine if it's pure or not? Well, I will tell you guys. So first of all, the 100% pure thing means nothing. Essentially, you have to look at the ingredients. So a lot of the time you'll find, like, Walmart, I'm gonna smash you, but I've seen essential oils for $10 in Walmart, and literally you read the ingredients and there's like nothing good in it. And even if there's no ingredient list, it just says, say lavender essential oil, there's probably still crap in it. So a really great determination of essential oil purity is, first of all, the smell. So if you compare a smell of something cheap like that compared to a higher quality essential oil, like some of these higher quality brands that are out there, you can definitely smell the difference. So like comparing apples to apples. So that comes down to a few different things. The sourcing of the essential oil, so what area it's coming from. So companies like Doterra, why I love Doterra so much is because they source from natural sourcing regions. So they go into places where this plant or herb is naturally occurring, naturally growing in the ground. They don't take plants and then plant their own farms and have farms all over the country. They actually go in and harvest their essential oils out of the natural growing region. So they go into like Nicaragua and Africa and all of these different areas around the world to find the best quality essential oil extract because they find the purest form of it by finding the best growing location, which I think is such an amazing benefit to why I love this essential oil brand so much, is because of the lengths they go to find the best quality products. Whereas companies that sell essential oils, and I'm not saying Doterra is the best one out there, I'm not saying just buy Doterra. Personally, that's what I use and that's what I love, and there's lots of other great essential oil companies out there. It really depends on what you want to be using and how you want to be using it, but I love the sourcing is like the biggest factor for me because it comes down to where is this stuff coming from. So if you were to go to a country and eat a natural fruit that's occurring and growing on a tree there, and then you were to go to the grocery store in your own hometown and eat one from there, it's like comparing apples to apples. It's like the crispness and the like juiciness and the flavor would be so different of that thing that came right off a tree versus something that's been brought in from a different country that's grown wherever, God knows what. Like, there's so much power in where the quality of everything comes from. So that's one of the greatest ways to tell how good quality your essential oil is where it's sourced from and how it's sourced. Because honestly, if you walk into stores like Sage and they're like, they've got like a global stamp on the market, like they're capitalizing the essential oil market for sure. But if you ask any of their employees in there where their oils come from and where they're sourced from, they give you this, I don't know. Well, can you find out? I don't know. They give you this like bizarre look. Like, it's like, how do you not know where your stuff's coming from? Like, I don't think that personally you should not be putting something on your body if you have no idea where it comes from. And especially when you're using something like essential oils to like combat health concerns and support your cellular health and support your immune system and to aid in all of these things in life, why would you just willy-nilly be like, whatever, I'm just going to use whatever I feel like doing? So that's why I think sourcing and quality of the essential oil is so important, because it's so easy to just reach for the $10 cheap essential oil you see in the grocery store, and it's probably not a great quality. And another factor, not just to the purity, but a lot of these companies are putting synthetic fragrance scents into their essential oils. So it might say lavender essential oil, but it's a synthetic lavender that's actually added in to a carrier oil, because most bottles of essential oil are carrier oil. So it's usually about 1 to 5% of essential oil, and then the rest is like coconut oil or jojoba oil or something like that. There's usually a massive carrier in there. Or like companies like Sage add alcohols and other stuff to their bottles. So it's like you don't know what's actually going into it unless you know where the product is coming from. And being really mindful of synthetics, because the whole point of essential oils, for me anyway, a big point of it is to get away from synthetic scents and synthetic fragrances, because synthetic things are cancer causing and they're not good for your health. So that's why I pulled away from like all of those Bath and Body scented candles, because they're terrible for you. Like, they are so bad for your health and they are so nauseating and they smell awful. But if you're going to buy an essential oil that has synthetic in it, then what's that going to do to you? Like, it's not going to do anything. It's just not going to help you at all. So being mindful of synthetics as well as purity, quality, where it's coming from. So overall, just being cautious of all of those things I listed off. So like, there's no regulation, there's synthetics, there's fillers, there's additives added. They're not coming from usually a great source. And I'm not saying there's not great essential oil companies out there, because there is tons of great essential oil companies out there. And I have never dabbled into too many, because I did my research prior to jumping on with essential oils, and I love Doterra more than I can put into words. It is such an amazing company, and I want to stand behind a product that does good for the world. So like, Doterra does a lot of work with the communities that they harvest their essential oils from. So they might go into Nicaragua and source out one of their essential oils, but they go in with the intention of not destroying the land, creating good co-impact sourcing. So they work with the farmers, they go in and they support people who are trying to make money and trying to make a business, and they basically work with them, give them all the resources they can, pay them for the work that they do, and pay them fair trade wages. And then they buy the essential oils from them, and then they make sure that the land doesn't get destroyed so they can continue to reharvest out of that land. And it's so amazing, because like, all of those things are such admirable things to stand behind, and I want to be behind a company that does good for the world and cares about the world, that provides an outstanding essential oil in the market. And Doterra, they go above and beyond, where they do so much testing of their essential oils. So they've gone through all the loops and bounds to get their oils certified pure therapeutic grade, which I don't think there's any other companies out there that have certified pure therapeutic grade. I know that Young Living has food grade essential oils, which is also a very high grade of essential oils as well. I think Doterra is the only certified pure therapeutic, because it takes so much testing to get to that level. They're one of these companies out there that actually does the work and wants their essential oils to have that stamp on them, because it's not even right, it's not even mandatory. Like, they don't have to put anything into it, they don't have to test them, they don't have to have any certification or stamp on their essential oils. There is no regulation at all for any essential oil. Like, I could make an essential oil out of the lavender plant I have sitting on my windowsill and sell it, and there's no regulation around it. So Doterra's gone above and beyond to like create this massive global company that has such an amazing ethics program. And seriously, they blow my mind. Like, I watch videos, and like, the owners of Doterra, like the main 4 people that like run the company, they're the ones that are out there in the field sourcing the essential oils and finding the locations and working with farmers. Like, what kind of company do you ever see that's got like the main guy doing all this stuff? Like, I think it's so incredible. So this video was not meant to turn into a Doterra spiel, but apparently it has, because I am totally obsessed with Doterra essential oils and their products, and I think that it's such an amazing company. But at the end of the day, you guys, whatever essential oil that you decide to use or whatever company you decide to go with, it's better to be using something than to not use something. But all I'm cautioning you guys on is that please do your research and do your homework and look into the essential oils that you're using and where they come from and who is making them or processing them, or like look at all of those things. Ask those questions, because if you're putting it on your body or in your body, you want to be sure about where it's all coming from. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.